What's happening, people? And once again, welcome back to youtube.com/CubCamTV for this, another edition of the CubCast Daily, our daily look into different news stories, breakdowns, discussions, and general overall conversation surrounding international music. Today, we are on the topic of Afrobeats on the international stage, which I'm very, very, very excited to be discussing with you. Some interesting news, some very exciting news, some fantastic news, if we're being honest, for the genre, and we'll dive into that in just a second. First of all, I want to say thank you to each and every one of you supporting the channel. We are hurtling towards 63,000 subscribers, and I cannot wait to see what happens when we get there. I think we may well hit it overnight tonight, so big up each and every one of you. As I said, if you are new to the channel, please do consider subscribing, because we are putting out content every single day at the moment, trying to cover as much in and around the Afrobeat sound as we can towards the end of 2022 to mark off what has been a ridiculous year for us here at the channel. I did the YouTube Wrapped thing earlier, and some of the stats this year have been absolutely outstanding. I think we had 31 million impressions. That to me is mind-blowing, and I cannot thank all of you enough for essentially giving me the opportunity to have a career doing YouTube-related stuff, which is kind of what I'm doing at the moment. So big up each and every one of you, and thank you for joining us on this journey. First though, let's dive into today's discussion. We are talking award ceremonies. I love breaking down the award ceremonies. Obviously, they happen all throughout the year. It tends to be there's a load rolling in towards the end of every year, because obviously the year's gone full circle. All of the albums have been released, and it does mean that we start to see a lot more kind of international discussion start to take place as well. And today we are talking about the MOBOs, Music of Black Origin Awards, a huge deal in the UK. For me, this has always been a kind of award ceremony that I've tracked quite heavily, because I grew up listening to grime and garage and things like that, and they're always things that have been very heavily represented in the MOBO award ceremonies. Obviously, they've got the best grime act in there as well. But today we aren't talking about UK genres. We are talking Afrobeats, as the man himself, BURNA Boy, the one of the absolute goats of this sound, one of the biggest artists in the world currently, has obviously recently announced his brand new tour. He's going to be taking over the London Stadium. That looks absolutely incredible. One of the biggest shows you could possibly put on in a UK setting. He's announced that, and following on from that, he has gone to the MOBOs. He hasn't physically gone. He's at a show in Zurich tonight, but he has basically arrived at the MOBOs in spirit and claimed 2 incredible awards. We're going to run through this. We've got an article up from Not Just OK that runs through all the details, so we're going to bring that up on screen as we scroll down. So here we go. But the African giant himself, BURNA Boy, has reacted to his double MOBO Awards 2022 victories over Beyonce, Chris Brown, Asake, TEMS, and so on. First of all, winning awards in years that Chris Brown and Beyonce have both won music in the international music category is an absolutely insane achievement. They are 2, realistically, of the biggest artists of all time. Beyonce even more so than Chris Brown, I'd say, but we are talking about 2 legends of the game. Obviously, Asake is very, very new, and is an artist to keep an eye on, of course, and is already gaining that kind of reputation on the global stage, and TEMS is obviously a record-breaking artist herself, but it's an incredible achievement. Let's scroll down and see what we can see on here. I'll make that slightly bigger for you so you can see all of the text as well. But there we go. Multiple award-winning singer, songwriter, and performer BURNA Boy took to his social media platform today on Wednesday, November the 30th, to react to his double win at the 25th edition of the MOBO Awards. Again, this is the 25th edition of the MOBOs. They've been running for a long period of time, and they are again, they are a thing that are quite heavily, I feel, embedded in UK music culture. They're a thing that have been around since I can remember. Again, I'm 29 as of last week, so they have been there near enough my entire kind of conscious life. And ever since I've been following music and been interested in music, these awards have been a big part of, not necessarily for me, because obviously I'm not going to go and win an award, but they've been a big part of kind of UK culture and celebrating a lot of UK artists. And it's great to see that the international side of things is actually heating up now as well. The singer had won 2 award nominations. He had received from the organisers. BURNA had been nominated in the Best African Music Act category alongside artists that were Asake, as I said before, TEMS, Adekunle Gold, Fireboy DML, Kabza De Small, Oxlade Fields, Omale, and Rema. Again, very heavily dominated by Nigerian artists this year. I find it a little bit surprising that Black Sheriff wasn't nominated. Or even a Sarko nominated, but again, I suppose their albums probably came out a little bit late, and there's been just an incredible influx of new musicians from around Africa this year. Even, obviously, Diamond Platnumz, for instance, is another name that you'd kind of expect to be on there following on from the launch of his EP earlier this year. Obviously, he did a big kind of UK tour, and there's loads of artists that could possibly have fallen into that category, but again, very heavily dominated by Nigerian artists. And again, he won the award. He won it out and out. Again, it's always interesting to not see Wizkid nominated for things like this, because he kind of seen as, I suppose, one of the front runner in regards to kind of introducing the world to this sound, the modernized version of this sound to an extent. But obviously his album only landed a couple of weeks ago, and these nominations came in a couple of months ago. So that's why I think Wiz wasn't nominated. But he also won the Best International Act category. Now, this is so exciting to see that Burna Boy is taking this award, because when you look at the names nominated, it's mind-blowing. It is actually mind-blowing. So, you see Beyonce, Drake, Kendrick Lamar, Chris Brown, Jack Harlow, Jasmine Sullivan, Skillibeng, Summer Walker, and TEMS. Like, that is a major festival, like, headline block that will never ever be achieved. Like, that to me is like pretty much any artist there could in their own right. Maybe not Skillibeng, Summer Walker, and Jasmine Sullivan, but the rest of them could all do the halftime show in for NFL. They could do the NFL Super Bowl halftime show. They are that level of artist. That's the kind of level we are talking about here that Burna Boy is now competing on and winning in as a category. Absolutely incredible. The singer thanked the organisers of the award, indicating that he could not attend the event because of his concert in Zurich. Again, that's where he is. That's why he's not actually at the ceremony. He shared, wait, let me see if you can see that on screen. There we are. He said, "Thank you, MOBO Awards. I wish I could be there, but I'm in Zurich for my show today. Big love to Kanya King and everyone who worked hard to make the MOBO Awards a success. Congratulations to the African Giant." Again, this is an article over on Not Just OK. We get a lot of news in from Not Just OK. It's a great platform for kind of keeping up to date with stories and just bits of news and announcements and things like that. So do make sure you go and give them a follow on Twitter. As you can see down there, you can go and click it. They are very, very good on Twitter as well. Very, very active. But there we go. The man himself, the one of the front runners. Love Domini for me is probably album of the year in regards to its global appeal. The kind of international collaborative element of that album is absolutely outstanding, and just as a physical body of work, it's top tier. Probably his most complete album, I would say. And I think he is very, very valid in winning these awards. Obviously, he's had a massive set of shows this year. He sold out Madison Square Gardens. He's going back on tour now straight away. And I think it's a fair award to receive. I think he has probably been the biggest artist in African music this year, at least from a Western perspective. Obviously, I live in the UK, so I take all this in from the perspective of someone that lives in the UK. But I don't really think you can name someone that has done more this year in regards to showmanship, in regards to actual collaborative endeavor, in regards to just releasing music. Obviously, you had the album, which has been absolutely outstanding, still dominating in the charts. At one point, there was a track off that album, obviously Last, one of the biggest releases in Afrobeats this year. There was a point where Last was the highest ranked track on the Afrobeats Billboard chart, and it was the longest running at one point as well. So we are talking about an absolute monster of an album. And there we go. Congratulations to Burna Boy taking home 2 awards from the MOBOs. Fantastic stuff. Guys, let me know your thoughts on this in the comments section down below. I'd be really keen to hear what you think about Burna picking up both of these awards, and obviously the magnitude of him beating different artists in those categories. I mean, the African music one is one that I would probably have expected him to win, but when you're looking at that second category, you're looking at Beyonce, you're looking at Jack Harlow, you're looking at Drake, you're looking at literally some of the biggest artists ever. And he has swamped through and won it, which is absolutely crazy. But there we go. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. As always, as well, if you are new to the channel, do make sure you are getting involved by hitting that subscribe button on the right-hand side of the page. Of course, turning notifications on, leaving a like, leaving a comment, and all of that good stuff. We'll be back at the same time tomorrow for more reactions, more breakdowns, more news. As always, hopefully you have enjoyed this one, and we'll see you all next time. Peace.
Sounding so good right now, but they're sounding a bright and cold.
Yes, it's Kovu. Stay locked. CubCast TV.
Boys, Tim Coffee right here, and you're locked on to the best breakfast with man like Kovu.
Yo, this is Aaron Glitch, and you're tuning to the sounds of Kovu right now. You already know the thing. Bad boy selector. Alright, let's go.